so cold. I don't think I'm gonna make it. Let me turn the heat on. Oh yeah, heck yeah. Nothing but the best. A while ago, I had this crazy opportunity to fly to Alaska with the Air Force in a C-17. I got to spend just a few days and hang out with these US airmen and kind of learn about their lives and working in the military and working on these just incredible planes. It was such a cool experience. I made a really long, intricate video showing the entire experience. A link to that is in the description below, but for right now, I just kind of wanted to focus on one particular part of the trip. The military has a very intensive Arctic survival training program because if their plane goes down, and they survive, they suddenly have to figure out how to stay alive in freezing temperatures. So I wanted to put together just a short video showing you some basic Arctic survival tactics I learned while on this trip with the US military in Alaska, including food, fire, a signal, and shelter. Winter is coming. It's December. You never know. I'm in the business of saving lives. First things first, check out my boots. Looks like I'm about to board a shuttle to the moon right there. All right, let's talk about fire. The number one piece of advice that these airmen really highly recommended when it came to making a fire is using cotton and Vaseline. There's a reason Vaseline and gasoline rhyme. They're flammable. If you didn't get that, they're flammable. Before you want to trip in your survival kit, you want to saturate some cotton balls with Vaseline and store in a small container. When you're getting ready to light the cotton, don't do it on dirt or snow or the actual ground. As soon as you light it, that Vaseline is going to start melting and you're basically losing fuel. So they recommend lighting your cotton on either like a tuna can or a piece of wood, anything except the ground. What I like to do is saturate a cotton ball. I like to take the cotton ball and kind of separate it to show some of the unsaturated cotton, and that lights really easy. Let's talk about food. For this particular course, our Arctic survival guides were able to capture some squirrels.
So what you guys would do, the animal was still like this, you get to there, you'd start chopping the pieces off. You chop the head off, chop the feet off, you chop the tail off. Stick, never skin. All right, and gut your animal close to your camp. You know why?
Tracks larger things.
Yeah, tracks predatory animals. All right, and that's the last thing you want rolling through your camp when you're out there trying to survive. All right, you have to fight off a panda.
If you have a snare or you're able to capture small animals or hunt for meat, the best way to cook it is to boil it. This way you have the broth you can drink. The second best way to cook it is to wrap the meat in foil. Before you do, add a little bit of snow to it so it doesn't burn. And then when you're getting ready to cook it on a fire, don't throw it directly into the fire. Place that foil with your meat and the snow around the outskirts so it cooks slowly and it doesn't burn. All right, let's move on to building a shelter. The number one piece of advice is you don't want to sleep on the ground, otherwise you may freeze.
Scooted all the snow away. I went and I cut down 6 trees. And then from the 6 trees, I was able to process my poles that I need to build my shelter and what we call a bough bed. I took the tops of the trees, laid them underneath, and all the residual branches that were on top, I started weaving them in on top to create my bed to sleep on. So at home, you don't sleep on the floor, you sleep on a bed, so this is our bed or mattress that we create. Idea here is to get about 12 to 18 inches of lofting or layering in there, so that when I lay down, I'm not laying down on cold, bare soil.
All right, let's talk about a signal. If you're stuck, you want to do anything to get people's attention. Whether that's making a fire, maybe you have light flares on you, that's communicating on a Garmin. Some people build fires in hoping that the smoke will make a signal. The biggest thing is getting a message out of where you were or where you're going. And the best way to do that is to create a signal on the ground. So if you can get to an area without a lot of tree overhang, chop down a bunch of branches and create an arrow on the ground in the direction where you're heading if you are gonna be moving. If a helicopter flies overhead and they see that arrow, they're gonna know what direction to head in. If you don't have that, they're literally just gonna be, it's a shot in the dark to try to find you. Just lastly, I want to talk about something that's equally as important to all the things I already discussed in this video, and that's having a really strong peace of mind. Being lost is very scary. It's about recognizing the situation and being very, very calm. Understanding the situation, understanding there is a problem, but being able to calm yourself down enough to rationalize what you need to do. I just wanted you guys to hear this. This is some words on your state of mind and being calm and the protocol of what you need to do if you are lost. So, ladies and gentlemen, Staff Sergeant Collette.
My name is Staff Sergeant Collette. I'm a survival instructor for the United States Air Force. And the question I'm going to answer today is, if a person was out in the Arctic surviving, say they were camping with a good amount of gear, what would be the priority or prioritization of survivability out here? The thing you need to realize is that you're lost or that you have a problem. So you need to psychologically be prepared for the event that's about to happen. Once you've done that, then you need to start moving into what is going to kill me right now. Is it the weather? Do I have an injury? Is it the bear that's about to kill me? You know, those are what is killing me. I need to realize that. If it's simply the weather and my health is good, I need to make sure that my psychological welfare is okay. Can I mentally do this? Get all that in check, and then I'm probably going to look at the next 12 to 24 hours. So in the next 12 to 24 hours, I need a solid shelter. I need to get out of this weather so that I can survive. Once that I've accomplished my shelter, then I can start meeting my other survival needs. I'm going to be dehydrated. I need to get water. If I just eat the snow, I'm going to dehydrate myself as well as bring down my core temperature, which is going to cause problems and probably kill me due to hypothermia. So I need to find a way to melt water, which means I probably need to build a fire. Right? And that fire, that's going to give me it's going to give me heat externally for a period of time. It's going to produce water for me. It's going to give me psychological factor of the warmth and security. But it takes a lot to maintain the fire. If I don't feed it, it's going to die, okay? So I only need that for a certain period of time. And then I'm going to crawl inside my shelters and I'm going to wait out the next 12 to 24 hours until I get up again. Life is good. And I'm going to start again. I'm going to build another fire. I'm going to make water. I'm going to probably look for animals if I don't have food, try to get more substance to me. And then I'm going to start working on my signal. I don't get to go home unless I let the world know that I need help. I was walking back down the trail to my car. I could be putting out a signal, getting on a radio, getting on a spot tracker and saying I need help. Okay, once you start that process, you actually get to go home. It might take a while, but I don't get home until I don't get to go home until I let people know that I need help. All right, then I'm just going to repeat those steps. Improve upon my shelter, build a fire when I need it, get water when I need it, look for sustenance when I need it, improve upon that shelter, and just keep going over and over and over again until I am happy or I go home.
That is all I got. Maybe get some Vaseline and some cotton and practice your fire making skills. That sounds so fun. That is actually something I would do, so I probably shouldn't laugh about that. If you want to check out the full video I made of this entire experience, the link to that is in the description below. Be safe out there. See, this can would be perfect to light your cotton and petroleum jelly in. If you just cut the top and then you just kind of light it in there, I mean, that's perfect. Whew.